Labour Party.
Forever.
Papa, Mama, Pikin.
Labour Party.
Isuikwuato Mamana. Mamana. Abia State Mamana. Nigeria Kelezuonu. The protocols have been established, so I'll go straight to the point. The only person there, oh, Mama, high tension. Thank you for having us here and for hosting us. Obi the motor, Ebata, Nebata. And I'm very happy with the faces that I see in spite of the difficulties that everybody is facing in Nigeria. And the extra difficulties that other people are facing. President General spoke about 3 of his graduates. One of them has been idle 6 years after graduation. If somebody that has been idle 6 years after graduation decides to join crime, it will be easy to blame him, but the truth is that you can't blame him. He may decide to become a bandit. He may decide to become a kidnapper or an unknown gunman. So any wonder why all these crimes are increasing? And I want to let President General know that it is not peculiar to you. It is the case in every family. And the Apia situation is so bad. Statistics show that about 50.4% of our people are unemployed. 50.4%. That means that more than half of the people who are willing, able, and are actively looking for a job cannot find job in Abia. Now compare it to Benue State, whoever that is hosting some of the PDP governors as we speak, or maybe the meeting is over. Their own level of unemployment is 11%. If you move towards Osun, it's 12%. National average is 33.3%. Abia is 50.4%. Figures coming from National Bureau of Statistics, not Alex, so these figures. So, when you sit back and begin to analyze it, you will find why it is like that. Because the first question to ask yourself is, where would these young graduates work? Just tell me anything that is working in Abia. Just one thing.
Nothing. Absolutely not.
Growing up in Abia, because I grew up like every other person in Abia. Companies like Abat Examia existed, was actually the highest employer of labor in Abia. Such that when we were going on holiday, long vacation, we go and take vacation job there. And by the time you spend 2 months, 3 months doing that daily job, and all that, you would have saved enough money to look after yourself when school fees have been paid. Some of us who come from very poor backgrounds, when your father manages to save money and pay for school fees, you are on your own. Where is the company today? About example. We didn't. It was as if we were sleeping when the company disappeared. And it's not just about examining. Those who are familiar with that will know on that factory road there was Nigerian Brewery, Liver Brothers, Pizza, and bata, learners, making shoes. And then when you move to Nicholas Avenue, you see International Equitable Association, makers of family. And then towards over here, you see companies like Metallurgical Plant, International Glass Industry, and the rest of them. They have gone. So, and you are still expecting that there will be jobs. Where would the jobs come from? Modern ceramics industry, where is it today? Ogwe, the golden chicken in Ogwe. Abiapa. And then the small companies that people use to set up under the micro and small scale industry scheme. People are just struggling. So the most fundamental problem we have in Abia State is an economic problem. And that's why I was very impressed when Dr. Hart introduced himself. Dr. Hart, I didn't know you have a PhD in economics. So I need to draw you closer to me because I like to learn. I also read economics. I don't have a PhD in economics.
I'm a Western.
And so what I am, I'm a student of economics. So I will be learning from you, sir. So I'll take the number and then be talking to you. And you find that if you don't understand economics and you don't have people that will help you structure you, you can never be a good leader. So the first problem we must solve in this country, in this state, is jobs. And solving that problem is not necessarily because we like the faces of people who are unemployed. It is because when we give them jobs, we can sleep easy. When insecurity is on the rise, it's because there's a large reserve army of the unemployed that are willing and able, ready to be recruited. And the logic is simple. The man is unemployed. At the end of the day, if you were not there, PG, if you were not there, you have someone that has been unemployed for 6 years would naturally die of hunger.
Exactly.
Okay, so for those who are not as lucky as to have parents that can support them, or for those who have parents that are owed maybe 45 months pension arrears, or 30 months salary and other. So those parents cannot do much for you. So the option will be to remain and die out of hunger, or to take the leap, to take the risk. And the risk of dying out of hunger, if you remain idle, is 100% chances. This other one is 50, because if you go and commit crime and they catch you, they may kill you. But they may not catch you and you make money. And then you become a millionaire. Nobody wants to know how you became a millionaire. So that is why, if you want to solve the problem of insecurity, look at creation, job creation. If you have not solved that problem of job creation, you cannot fight insecurity. So one of the things we will do as government, I know that Dr. Hart may not agree with me, but that is where my own economics is different from their own. You know, the books will tell you that government has no business in business. I say it's a lie. Government has business in business.
Yes.
We will use government money to set up companies, set up industries, employ. We will use them to fly private jets. We will not. We will not share the money to stakeholders or elders. No, we will use those monies to set up, we will bring back Abatesani. We will bring back modern ceramics industry. I will relocate it to here, where Kaolin is. We will go to Iguano, where lignite is. We will set up an industry that will now generate electricity for the rest of Abia North. Because we have solved the problem for Okwangwa axis from Isialangwa North to Okwa West with geometric. Coming by the grace of God, I used to preside over a camp that helped to extend facilities to geometric to complete the 181 megawatts power station. And Professor Barton visited me a few weeks ago to say they are ready. This November, towards the end or early December, geometric will come on and NEPA will go off. And it's 24-hour supply. So that's sustainable. Telling us that Isuikwuato also has feed gas in form of brown coal called lignite that can power steam engine electric for the whole of Umuahia all the way to Arrow. But you see, those solid minerals are being mined illegally because nobody pay attention. I'll pay attention. Bende here has phosphate for fertilizer. We are going to mine them, do all the processing. When we are doing this, we are creating jobs. Yes. We are generating revenue for them. When Michael Opera, in those days, started the agricultural revolution or the farm settlement and all that, there was no oil. Yes. And Eastern Nigeria was the fastest growing economy in the world. No oil. There's something called Dutch disease. You know, Dutch disease is what oil brings to you. You know, you just become very lazy because there's some oil coming and you can sell it and make money. But today, the whole world is now screaming against oil. I'm sure you know about it. Yes. So in due course, even if you have the oil underground, you cannot mine it because the world is moving away from fossil fuel. COP27 is happening in Africa. 26 happened in the UK. And the people are dead serious. It may not happen in our generation, but one day it will happen. We are talking of environmental pollution. And all the and they are saying fossil fuel should be left in the to the maximum. Today we have about 23 trillion has been printed back. So when you see inflation going on, it is because there's so much money that is being introduced into the system without corresponding productivity. So you're just deceiving yourself. So for how long? This state, by the time this government took over on the 29th of May 2015,
so shall we be.
You are not listening to me, that's why.
You're not there.
I didn't talk of 2015. I'm sure those who are listening will understand. Handed over total debt profile of 34.5 billion. 2015. Some of us were screaming that it was too much. And I thought it was too much, honestly. Because there was nothing to show for it. But you know where we are today? We're almost at 200 billion debt. Still nothing to show for it. Vendors are being owed. Pensioners are being owed. Salary arrears all over the place. No productivity. So it's a very serious problem. So let me tell us. I know I'm preaching to the converted. Yes. But why I'm discussing this is that when you go out there, you should also discuss it like
apostle.
Let people understand that the situation we are in this country today is such that we cannot again the government with any union anymore. We need to give it, and it's not an engineer's problem. It is not a scientist's problem. It is not for a man that looks at eyes or a dentist. It is an economic problem. And I'm not saying your leader must be an economist, but he must bring economists around him so that we understand what to do. Anytime you have the wrong diagnosis, what you are going to get is the wrong medication. And eventually the person may die out of the wrong medication and wrong diagnosis. So you must understand where we are. Quite frankly, we don't have a choice. You know, the people that created the problem, there's one man called Albert Einstein. I don't know if you've heard about him. Yes. Albert Einstein says that you can never solve a problem with the same mindset that you use in creating it. Your mindset has to change, or you need to call other people so that they can solve the problem. So, but our people that created this problem believe that the way to go is just to share money. So we need to pack them in one corner. Amen. And then we need to also isolate all the leprous fingers around them. Whether they are wearing white, or they are wearing blue, or black. Whether they transmutate into different parties. For I was talking to Isuikwuato and his people the other day, and I say, whatever name they call themselves, Wayo People's Party, RIP, whatever, they are all the same thing. So just pack them in one side and say, enough is enough. Let us try something different, so that we can take this state out of the woods. Truth will know if we say, let us remain the way we are. My bag. Ghana, na Lagos. You remember Lagos are the Mama London or US. Yes. But if we do that, how about hiding? And me too. You can go. He has money at almost 80. Oh, spring chicken. It was her birthday a few days ago, and she's getting close to 80. Even Obia Lagos herself, she wants to run back to home. And once she is home, you can never be at peace wherever you are. How about our children? How about people who can't even afford? Every day I get text messages. People send a random 5,000. That is what you get from people. They are not greedy. They are looking for money to feed. So it's not politics. We are in trouble. Serious trouble. So because I'm happy here. In 2 days' time, on the 10th, we are flagging off our campaign now. We're high school. If you Oma Brage and you're able to come, please show up there. We will launch our manifesto, and His Excellency Mr. P2B will be there live. And we have started a journey that will change the equation in this country. And you better join the train before we close we leave the station. Because we will close and we'll leave the station. Yes. If everybody has to go, oh, sorry. Sorry. So, our people, let them join. Can change the narrative of this country. Nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.